to describe the media and public fascination with missing white women like Lacey Peterson or Natalie Holloway, while ignoring cases involving missing people of color. Joining me now is Derica Wilson, co-founder and CEO of the Black and Missing Foundation, and Lynette Gray Bull, founder of Not Our Native Daughters, an organization created for the awareness of the missing, exploited, and murdered Indigenous women and children. Thank you both for being here. You know, I bring up this point because there's a case that's so similar. A journalist friend of mine, Derica, sent me this story about a young, about some other people that are missing. There's one guy whose name is Daniel Robinson. Daniel Robinson is a young Black man. He's only 24 years old, 5'8", 165, black hair, brown eyes. That's his description. His dad has hired a private investigator to find him. He's missing part of an arm. He was last seen driving away from his job site in the Buckeye, Arizona desert on June 23rd. And his case struck me because it's very similar. He's missing in the same part of the world. It's a case that it has all of that same kind of sizzle, the sort of mystery of it. This young man who just goes missing. I never heard of it until this friend of mine sent it to me. And I guess that's the issue, isn't it?
It is definitely the issue. And we have been sounding the alarm for nearly 14 years because of this. When it comes to missing persons of color, men, women, and children, our cases are not taken seriously. And no one is looking for us if we were to go missing.
There's also, Lynette, and thank you for being here as well. This is an FBI poster I'm going to put out. This is Element One for my producers. And this is a missing poster of someone named Mary Johnson. Ms. Johnson is a Native American woman who went missing from the Tulalip Reservation in Washington State. And this is back in November of last year. I never heard of this case either. And again, let's put up the statistics. In terms of the disparities in media coverage for runaways, a lot of minority children are initially classified as runaways. You have missing minority adults are often labeled as being associated with criminal involvement, gangs, or drugs. There's a certain desensitization, according to the Black and Missing Foundation. It's believed that missing minorities live in impoverished conditions and crime as a regular part of their lives. So it's sort of dismissed. And that's from the Black and Missing Foundation's data. From your point of view, why is it that Indigenous missing, particularly women, don't get that kind of attention?
You know what? I think there's a lot of factors on why there's an MMIW movement. But one of the main factors and one of the key factors that a lot of people don't want to talk about is that it's racism. It's systemic racism. We're still fighting oppression in our tribal communities. We are still facing inequality across the board, whether it comes to our community, housing, jobs. I mean, you can pick any topic in any country and there's an issue there. So It's no different when it comes to missing, murdered, and Indigenous women and girls.
And there's a case, to stay with you for a moment, Lynette. There's Dateline did a story about, there's a woman named Carla Yellowbird. She disappeared in 2016. You were quoted in this story talking about her. And this is a case that is so long ago. You know, it was obviously during a presidential election year. There was a lot going on. How can we do better in terms of getting that same kind of attention? This is not a young, sort of blonde white woman. And so the media sort of lets it go.
Yeah, I think everybody plays a part. I think it's when we talk about, we talk about law enforcement, we talk about media coverage. If you don't have blonde hair and blue eyes, I mean, our stories do not make it to the 6 o'clock news. We barely may get a story into the paper. However, I just think it takes everybody coming to the table, addressing the issue, being accountable, and making sure that when somebody goes missing or murdered in our community, that it's equally presented and have a sense of urgency.
And the same question to you, Derica. I got to know the Black and Missing Foundation back when I was working for the GRIO, and we connected with you all trying to find ways that we could boost some of these cases, including using social media. Give the media a little critique. What can we do differently and do better?
We can't always wait on the 5 and 10 o'clock news cycle. We have to get these profiles out there. We have to tell the stories of our missing. One of the things that we also need to change the narrative on is the decision makers in the newsroom. Majority of them are white men, middle-aged, and our cases are just not sensational.